This is Dave. A few months ago, Dave decided that it was time for a change. After a lot of thought and reflection, Dave got the idea to migrate to Australia. However, to do this, Dave knows that there are many things he needs to consider. But where to start? Good question, Dave. One thing to remember is that there is no cookie-cutter approach for migrating to Australia. The answer will be different for everyone. Whether you're going over to work, joining family, or advancing your studies. If you are planning on starting a new life for you and your family in Australia though, it's important to note that you don't need to have a job to be able to get a visa. In fact, we advise migrants applying for a general skilled migration visa to get a visa first and leave the job searching for after the move. Employers are much more excited to talk to you once you have your permanent residency visa. But if you're looking for a work permit, then it's a different story. Whatever the reason, the first thing Dave will need to do is to find out if he qualifies for a visa. There are many different types of visas available, and choosing the right one for you can be a little confusing. To find out which visa best fits your needs, getting the help of a MARA-registered migration agent like Ray or Reuven from Migrate to Oz is a very smart choice. Once Dave has chosen the best visa-free circumstance, he can move on to the second stage of his journey. First, Dave will need to take a points test. He will also have to take an English test to show that he meets the English language requirements. Based on his results, Migrate to Oz can recommend the very best option or pathway for a successful visa application. To support his application, Dave will then need to gather evidence to back up his case. Finally, he can fill in his forms and send them off to Migrate to Oz. Migrate to Oz will help Dave lodge his skills assessment application and, when ready, his visa application with the Australian government. He will also need to think about things like: will Dave take the family dog with him? Will he take the piano? Will he take his wife? Migrate to Oz will help him with all of these decisions. All that's left for Dave to do now is wait. But don't worry, Ray and Reuven at Migrate to Oz will make that wait as stress-free as possible. We'll keep you busy doing your medicals and applying for your police clearance certificates. After a while, Dave receives a letter informing him that he's been allocated a case officer. Once again, Dave will have to wait while his application is finalised. And then, the big moment comes when Dave is informed that his visa has been granted. Well done, Dave. You're that much closer to getting to Australia. But he's not there yet. Now that Dave has his visa, there are still a few things he needs to do before he can actually get on that plane to Australia. He will need to sell his house. He will need to get a removal company to ship his furniture over. He will need to open up a bank account in Australia. He may need to migrate some of his money into an investment property in Australia. He's going to have to start his search for a job through Australian recruitment agencies. And because he won't be able to buy a house straight away, he's going to have to find a place to rent. Luckily, his trusty migration agent is there to help him through all of these decisions with in-house expertise, strategic partnerships, and sound advice. Once all is said and done, Dave can finally book his one-way ticket to Australia and start his new life with his family. That wasn't so hard now, was it, Dave? With a registered migration agent on your side, migrating to Australia can be as easy as 1, 2, 3.